on. Yesterday, man, was like it was a long day, but it was just a surreal moment that because we took our son to it was a tour to this school that's called
Okay.
Apple Tree here in DC. And downstairs, like three floors downstairs, is where he goes to the doctor. First floor is a doctor's area, but on the third floor is the school. And we took him there, met the principal, the coordinator, and everything, man. And you know they did us a tour, took him in one class, and he went in there. They was playing, running around, and he just just fit it right in though, like, and it was just like a surreal moment, like man, like you know. I guess this what my
That's that
mom,
next chapter.
yeah, like that, and that's what I told her too. I was like, like yeah, we had kids, and becoming a parent, that was one thing, but becoming a parent and then putting them in school and going through that process, that's another phase right there, man. So yeah, man,
Nerve
like
wracking, scary. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
it's
and
all in one,
what?
but I think something that me and you could really agree to this too is, and this is something that I'm still having trouble at times with, is uh, we got to release the wings. And I think
Hmm.
the main reference I'm using is basically we want to keep them protected. We want to do all this stuff. My son, he lives 8 hours away. He's now about to go to sixth grade. Um, and just seeing the growth from him each and every time. I'm living vicariously through Annabelle, and
Right,
Annabelle is in kindergarten, and
gotcha.
just seeing everything that she's going through and stuff like that. You want to always be there, which always should, but at the same time you got to let them grow. And I feel
Yeah,
like that's something that is the hardest thing as a parent to do.
yeah. Hey, look here, we chatting about it. We go back and forth about it. Just about, well, not going back and forth, but we talk about it a lot. And yeah, the whole letting go part is definitely something that we
That's
are
actually
talking
going to
about.
be a topic. That's going to be a topic that we're going to do on Mr. and Mrs. Marlowe. So
Hey,
I
hey,
might have
that's
to
what's
bring you
up.
on. We can definitely do that. We can do something about that.
Most definitely, most definitely. All right, you guys, man, we ain't gonna waste no more time. We gonna get into it, man. You seen the thumbnail, you know it's commission talk. You seen the title. Let's get into it. Post WrestleMania, man, it's just been sort of crazy, but you enjoyed WrestleMania, right? Night one, night two, because
Yeah.
like last time we did chat, was just the predictions on that Friday, I
Hmm.
believe. Yeah, so Cody Rhodes, man, Cody Rhodes losing the WWE Undisputed Championship, nowhere to be
You
found.
jumped out of your wheelchair, didn't you?
I mean, to be honest with you, I kept saying the baby was just like, who you got in the match, and I'm like, I really don't know. Like this one is just,
Uh-huh.
I don't really know. And Cena won, all the shenanigans in between though. But Cena won. Cody Rhodes, of course, taking time off at Universal Studios with his family and everything. And I was like, man, ain't nowhere to be found. How you gonna let what? And then the crazy thing is that segment between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes
He
before
earned that Universal
WrestleMania.
Studios. I will
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that.
yeah. No,
Cody
no doubt, no
Cody
doubt.
had, when they say the reference, this man carried this company on his back. He literally fucking did. Like
Yeah,
Cody did
it,
press conferences, talks, and
and
still
I was,
and training. At
it,
he goes to his training school at the same time. So this
uh,
motherfucker is living wrestling
well,
every
I
day.
thought I thought he was going to come out on SmackDown to kind of like
Mhm.
sort of confront I mean John Cena, obviously,
Right.
but Randy Orton smoothed in, and I mean obviously we all waiting for the Randy Orton John Cena, one last time. That's great, but like Randy Orton just smoothed in and got his championship title match, and like Cody Rhodes, like hold up, wait a minute, now like nah, I'm the first one in line, but Cody lost his title. Everything that went down at Mania, Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, which we about to get into in just a bit.
Oh, we
Yeah, I
predicted
was.
that one. We
I
predicted
said it.
that one.
I said
Everyone,
it.
I love how everyone was on a podcast talking about nobody ever predicted this. I was like, me and Dre said this before that even happened that Monday
Mm-hmm.
when he
Mm-hmm.
confronted Paul. We said, what if? People shot it down. Like, what? How? That makes no sense. That doesn't work. Da, 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 da. Well, there's your sign.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, but how was WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday for you, man? Everything.
I think it was good. I think you got to think, obviously, it was way more, it had way more expectations based off of WrestleMania 40. And
Mm.
I use the reference numerous times. Marvel hasn't been the same since Endgame. We've seen it. Like Endgame was the big theatric moment. Like I felt like that could have been the ending. WrestleMania
Mm.
40 was damn near like that. WrestleMania 40 was just star-studded from top to bottom. They had all the star lines. You had the Rock involvement, all that stuff. WrestleMania 41, obviously, everyone wasn't as anticipated with the hype up. I was. I loved the build up between Cody and Cena. They didn't have to do much at all and got me invested. I mean, the story was literally you're facing your hero because he made a choice.
Yeah.
And that was the dictating part of that match as well.
Yeah,
Cody made
but
a choice. And I mean, I didn't like the finished part of it. I do in a worker's perspective, I see where they were going with it, but the fact that the crowd was just behind Cena. I mean,
mm,
how were you going to boo Cena? He's at 17 titles that has never been done before. Like it was already in that process. And I mean, Vegas, I feel like was the IWC nation in that build.
Yeah, but another thing, man, because we love The Rock, man, and yeah,
Mhm.
that story could have just been about, yo, man, I'm facing my childhood hero, and I'm going up against him, and yeah, I'm gonna beat you, John, and et cetera, et cetera. But The Rock was really, sort of the decision factor of why Cody said, yo, go f yourself, and we get Travis Scott. I'm like, okay, we get Travis Scott. I'm assuming The Rock's coming out, right? And I think everybody, and then they had the nerve that, you know what? I love Rock, man. Rock is my guy, man. But I was just upset about the situation. More so, I was upset the fact that he was on the Pat McAfee show the day after. What was it? Yeah, the day after Raw, after WrestleMania. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was filming a movie, doing whatever Rocky Dwayne was doing. That's cool. But everybody was wanting
Hey,
him
that movie
at
Smashing
WrestleMania.
Pumpkins or whatever that is, Smashing Machine, that trailer looks phenomenal. And I think
Oh, what, the
this is
UFC
a
movie?
rock film that he,
You talking about? You
yeah,
talking about the UFC
this is
joint?
not
Yeah, I
that
seen a. I
typical
seen a.
rock film that what we're used to seeing the Rock in. I think this is going to really see some characteristics with that, and I'm looking
Oh,
forward to that.
look here, look here, look here,
I don't want to
look
change the
here.
subject on that, but I
No, no, no,
get
no,
that.
no, no. And look, this goes with saying that I always say I love The Rock, but Dwayne, he's okay. Like you're gonna go make movies. Yeah, you're the biggest box office. I don't even think it's
Don't
gonna
be
be
that
like,
guy,
no,
Dre.
no, no, no,
Don't
no.
do
Hear me out.
it.
Hear me
Don't
out. Hear
do
me
it.
out. And I think that came from, and I think that really stemmed from the fact that when he got too big in WWE, obviously he left. He
Mhm.
went to Hollywood and stuff like that. That's really what it stemmed from. But
Right.
mostly it's the fact that, like, you're the biggest boxer. You grow, like, I mean like I don't think it's gonna change. I mean, you could take a break. I mean you could film a movie today or tomorrow, and people gonna go flood the theaters and stream it up, and it's gonna go
Yeah.
crazy, and people gonna blow it. So that's my theory off of him, just like back to back movie, back to back, back to back,
Right.
back. So
Right.
I'm like, cool, man. Like, we love you over here. Come over here for a little bit. Show love over here. Like, you popped up and just kind of left us hanging a little bit. But hey, I just wanted to say that was really it,
I
about that though. And
I
then
agree with you
you
on
know,
some scenarios like that. But here's the thing that I did like about it. Everybody was projecting it. Everyone thought that had to happen. What Rock said with Pat McAfee, as a worker's perspective, I respected him from that decision off of that because the spotlight should have been on John Cena winning 17 as a heel. The spotlight should have been on Cody Rhodes. This is his flowers. Give him his flowers. He's losing the title at WrestleMania as a great babyface scenario because technically a babyface usually carries the title minimum 6 months. So
yo
it's
yo yo.
like for him to grab that and take that from WrestleMania and got the crowd completely behind him all the way to WrestleMania. You can't really I get the part where we're talking about with Rock, but here's the biggest thing, and I think this is everybody's missing. Remember WrestleMania 17, the turn of that should never happen. This is a nightmare for me and you, Dre. We're diehard Rocky fans. We were like 3% for Rocky fans going against the unstoppable Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold couldn't do any wrong in that damn building that night. And he turned heel and they still popped with Vince McMahon there. That's where our scenario was off of that. Travis Scott was the Vince McMahon for this. It still works for Rock to be in that story because Rock, TKO, head of the board, they could draw this shit all the way out to Survivor Series. The biggest thing that people are upset about with WrestleMania is supposed to be about endings of storylines. This was a continuation of what's next for the storyline. This was the beginning.
And I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm definitely fine with that.
I think the thing was Cena too, and I had a feeling Cena was probably going to win because of Cena's tour. If it made sense, that's where you're going to get Cena's last matches with all these talents, like Randy Orton we're about to witness. I'm excited for that. I mean, when Rock and Austin left, bro, who was there for us? Batista, Cena, Orton. And nobody else. I don't care what anyone else says. Those three were the only ones that you dialed in to watch at that time. Don't get me wrong with Ray, Kurt Angle, Edge, and all them, but they were the main ones.
No, you were right. You're right. I want to say one thing though. Yeah, we did get spoiled last year when we did have that big finish. You seen John, Jay, Solo, The Undertaker, all this, and it was like everybody, I'm not a big Marvel guy, so everybody, was talking about how it was in games and everything like that. So obviously that shit had to been like that. So
this dude's got the full white beard of wisdom right now. That's what who got up the Marvel reference. I said that shit at WrestleMania 39.
I wasn't basically expecting that ending though. I was just based off of what happened at Elimination Chamber. Rock came out, sell your soul. All right, go fuck yourself. John turns on him, bam, bam, bam. I thought basically, Rock came out, even though he said he didn't need it to. Cool, it was all about John, all about Cody. Fine, So hey, that was pretty much. And then like just repeat, we did get spoiled off of, the ending from last year's WrestleMania, and then, get this year's ending at WrestleMania though.
Bro, the biggest problem with wrestling fans right now, I don't really say they're really wrestling fans because they're looking too much into this, bro. Like Rock said it at its best when I'm a big Busted Open fan. I love Dave LaGreca. I love his rants. I love what he gives.
Did you see that?
I want to say this right now.
He was going in.
Making Busted Open even better. Like, I can't wait till we get that final episode. We're going to get that episode where Rock and Dave LaGreca are going to go at each other in this damn Busted Open thing, and it's going to be epic. But I love the fact that Rock did go on Pat McAfee's show because all he did was just sprinkle the storyline even more. Because
that's what it seemed like.
You knew what was going on.
Come on,
how turned you into a whole bunch of things.
Like, come on, how ironic is right there? Everybody wanted you at WrestleMania.
Remember? No. Remember an episode off of Young Rock? We were losing our mind when they said Roman Reigns. This can only happen at WrestleMania. What is one of the titles in the episode? Work the gimmick. I think Rock is working everyone. He could tell you, oh, that was a last minute plan. We know for a fucking fact it wasn't. But guess what? He's got to have you going. He's got to have you give him some headlines. He wants to get you some tweets. Guess what? Triple H has put a spotlight on a bunch of social media enthusiasts. All these platforms that are going nuts right now is based off of cliffhanger sayings or something, and then they switch it, and then it goes all over the place. That's what the IWC comes in and tries to play around with. I think the funny thing is we sit here and say, oh, we know it's a work. We can call the bluff and everything. We don't really know. And I feel like that is what he did. I feel like he did a great job with it because in a way, it's building it up. I really think the biggest climatic thing of this whole storyline is going to be in Survivor Series or something like that. I think it's really smart what they're doing because now they've got it to a point where it's not like, there's an empty space, but they can play around with it and see what works and what doesn't work. because guess what? Netflix ratings haven't went down.
Nah, they
As
still number
quote
one.
unquote the worst WrestleMania of all time, which was bullshit. That match was not that bad. Everyone wants
Nah.
to sit there and say, "Oh, Cena was slow," whatever. What the fuck did you expect?
Yeah, like he wrestled a slow paced match though.
He
Like, yeah,
wrestled a
I,
slow paced match.
yeah.
You indie loving junkies, right? I'm an independent wrestler. I have seen countless knockoff legends come in and wrestle and do all this little thing. Guess what? They ain't wrestling fast. They're wrestling very freaking slow. And
You
it
gotta.
works. It makes sense. There's a saying, if you ain't working slow, you're not working smart. It's
Mhm.
simple. Like,
Yeah.
dog, watch
I,
the match, shut the fuck up.
straight like that, straight like that, man. I definitely get it, man. In a couple of moments though, I'm probably gonna have to step away for 2 minutes though, so I'll hopefully, I know you could
Oh,
just
you
hold it
good.
down though, but real fast though, well, actually we just gonna transition to the next topic because you said one thing that I want to kind of like hit on to and it kind of like go well with the next topic though. You did say, at a certain point, when The Rock and Stone Cold left, you had guys like obviously John Cena step up. You seen Randy Orton and you seen Batista though. And speaking of Batista, man, this one guy reminds me of Batista just in a way. I don't know what it is though, and some of you may not agree though, but it's Braun Breaker though.
Yes.
Braun
I'm glad
Breaker,
I'm not the only one. I
Braun
I was
Breaker,
back and forth on it, bro, because I was
Braun,
like,
Braun, Braun
I see
Breaker
it and I
just
don't.
gives me the Batista vibes for some reason.
Especially
And then,
now.
you stole the words out of my mouth. You definitely just stole the words out of my mouth. Especially now that what's going on in WWE right now. We just seen the heel turn. Well, we just seen Seth Rollins obviously align himself with Paul Heyman, though, after Paul Heyman screwed up at WrestleMania, causing Roman Reigns and causing CM Punk, in the match at WrestleMania, and of course he lined himself with Seth freaking Rollins. The night after WrestleMania, we get Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. Now this past Monday on Monday Night Raw, when I'm doing a watch along, I'm thinking like, okay, man, they said the Sami Zayn, they gave him sort of an ultimatum.
Mhm.
Hey, man, you join the group, man, it's basically, you against us or not,
Yeah.
though. Yeah, and it seemed though it was a third member coming, maybe still coming, but just out of it though. Seth Rollins is giving me Triple H vibes, Paul
Yep.
Heyman with Ric Flair,
Yep.
and Braun Breaker as Batista. And it's going to be that one extra guy who's probably going to be somewhere around the range of Braun Breaker,
A-Town
maybe
down.
Austin Theory. Oh
He
wow.
needs it. He needs it.
Okay,
I
one of my guys said Drew McIntyre because there was a story going around for a while that Seth Rollins having this
I
faction
think
with a lot
Drew
of
is
guys.
part of the Rocks group. But
The
I do
Rocks
also
group.
think I think also
What?
something with Pat McAfee. Rock said it at his best. He calls Seth Rollins his Superman. He said a certain someone said, "Just let me know when, and I will sell my soul." That's
Mm,
fucking Seth. I think the whole alliance is with The Rock, and based off of, and you want to know the why? Because of Paul Heyman.
hmm.
Because of Paul Heyman. And I
Oh,
think that's where we're gonna get, with the big long standpoints. Bro, you got night 1 and 2 of SummerSlam, you got Backlash, you got all these ways to build this thing up. I'm 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 ready,
mm.
and I love that we're finally seeing Roman Reigns vulnerable. It's been way overdone, and like we said, this was the only way, and I think you agree with me, that makes Roman look like a babyface. Have Seth be the guy that took Paul from him. That was masterpiece. Smart.
Definitely.
Because
De-
now people can get behind Roman and be like, "Oh, I feel bad for you. You lost with Paul, whatever." But if he keeps coming back every time, like how they were messing up a little bit, you're going to be a little bit stale of Roman again. Give him off and on time. As much as I don't like the guy, CM Punk is probably the secondary baby face on the roster.
yeah.
I hate
Nah.
to say it. I hate to say it.
Yeah, no, I
Jey Uso's
totally,
at 3.
yeah, I totally agree. Definitely totally agree. But yeah, man, Braun Breaker, stepping into this, position,
How
man,
about
and
Paul, where he went like this to Roman? I was just like, well, wow. Dang,
he
you didn't
shook
just
it.
have an
He
uppercut?
had
You
a,
got a wiggle too?
yeah. Man, that was
Dang.
that was a whole lot of emotion, man.
I'm
He
like,
went
bro, you
striking.
the bloodline, oh, bro, I loved it though
Gave him
because
the
I was just
stiffy.
like, I'm like, man, I ain't never seen it like that, and just and he made the face. I was like, oh man, and Roman's just like, it was perfect.
Yeah, definitely perfect, man. Definitely perfect. But yeah, Seth Rollins, man, I think it's because I've been calling it,
He
man.
needs it.
Seth,
He
yes,
needed something, man.
he definitely needs it. Aligning himself with Paul Heyman after and you take Roman Reigns, you take the wise man from Roman Reigns, and then you take the best friend of CM Punk from him. Like, I mean, like, who gets the last laugh out of all of this though? From the
I
whole
mean,
animosity between Roman and Seth and Punk, and
what
then
if Sammy's the fourth guy?
see, I was thinking of that. He could be the fourth guy. So
Maybe they just
okay,
beat him into
the
a
question.
pulp to make him make that decision. You remember how they did it with Brian?
Mm,
Like, damn, Brian, remember how Bray Wyatt kept doing the Sister Abigail every single week to make him,
yeah.
switch or whatever? I
Okay,
mean,
so who you?
it
Okay,
could work.
who could the third member be though? I mean, I see one person say Drew McIntyre. I had a couple opinions. I said maybe Jay Uso. What if it was Jay Uso though?
I
You know?
thought that. I thought that for a while. And I think we even talked about it actually we talked about it on the WrestleMania predictions. We were sitting there saying, like, what if Jey Uso's one of Rock's guys? Um, but
Just a
right
second.
now, I don't necessarily know just based off of what Jey Uso's been bringing the household and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know, man. I think Jey Uso's on his own little branch right now. I think this is going to be the thing that Seth is going to chase Jey Uso. I don't really think they're going to chase the WWE title at that moment. Um, the storyline's just going to be pretty different financial standpoints. But Triple H, man, I'm dialed in. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to be going down. Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman now. Man, imagine when that man starts getting on the microphone and starts working with that microphone. That's going to be even more crazier. Then you definitely call him a Dave Batista. You could have Theory. I think Theory is the perfect option in ways. That could actually give Theory his first actual big push again. They could also bring somebody off of the NXT roster. I'm trying to think, is there any big guy on NXT? Does anybody know any like real big name guys on NXT roster that could fit in that group mold? I'm actually kind of curious on that one. I don't know if that would. I don't know. Damn. I mean, Jey Uso could work. There's got to be another one. I'm trying to think if there's another one. There's a. I mean, dang, I'm trying to think. Rusev. I think Rusev could be a big one, but I don't. I mean, Rusev is a ferocious heel already. I don't know. It'll be an interesting thing. Guys, leave it in the comments in there. Let us know. Who do you think could be that third person? All right, I got another option. Since he did come back, and I will say this, they made the Raw after WrestleMania flawless.
Yes, they
Gotta
did.
give them. I'm very proud of them, and I think this is what the purpose was. And this is the thing I do want to get off when we talk about with the main event real quick. Cena's storyline was not, I don't have to wrestle to be the greatest of all time. I just got to win.
Exactly.
What did Ric Flair do to win matches? The dirtiest player in the game. So he kind of paid homage to Ric Flair in a way. He didn't spit on Ric Flair's face or anything like that. He won it just like how Flair did. So, I mean, a lot of people just looked at them differently. But I think the options that we could have as a third guy, maybe Rusev. Rusev Rusev, it could be really good to have him start out. The only one that it could make sense if it was
It,
like really refresh and get him going could be Theory, because Theory is money completely. Look at him.
mm,
Like if you
Ru-
look at
Rusev seems like he on
Rusev,
a tour of
lean.
basically, yeah. It seems like he's on a tour basically of getting rid of the talent who have wasted their opportunities. You Otis is he going to take on Otis next Monday on Raw. We all remember in 2020, Otis had a big push, with Mandy Rose, and he won Money in the Bank. But obviously, losing
Lost
it
it.
to the Miz. Yeah, I know, lost it though. But yeah, I mean, Rusev would be a great one. Christy, what's going on?
Is there any
Uh,
big guys on NXT that you
I
could
mean,
see fitting that
man,
mold?
speaking of NXT, I love the segment how they did last night where we seen who was it, Obafemi. He was talking ahead of his, I believe match, or just talking about Trick Williams and Joe Hendry. And then the Undertaker comes up, man, give him a nod again. And then
Oh,
right
Taker
in the
loves him.
corner, right in the corner, you see three of the LFG talents, which I think I love them. I can't remember their names though, but if you check it out, you see it. Three of those talents I think are my top three on the male
I'm
side
glad
of
Cutler's on
LFG.
the main. I am
Yeah,
glad
but color
Cutler's on
color is in
NXT.
that color is actually in the that
The
group.
group,
That
that
yeah,
group,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm curious who actually won the season though. No spoilers. Anybody out there? No spoilers though. But
Uh,
yeah, I'm really curious to
which
see who
episode are
actually
you
won
on?
it.
Which one are you on? Did
I
you watch the
am.
one where BJ and Cutler faced each other?
Yes, that's the last. I don't know if
The
they. I don't know
tag?
if Yeah, they tagged and
Okay.
Cutler walked out on him, and
Mhm.
Bubba Ray was definitely going off and shit like that. So yeah, that was the last one that I've seen though, which I like him. The black dude that's on Booker T team with the dreads. I think he is amazing.
Oh,
Um,
you're talking
I
about
think it's
Troy?
Troy. Yeah, I think his name is Troy.
That's on Booker T's team.
Yeah, like I mean, okay. Question is real fast though, because I be watching it with my fiance and she kind of like got the same answer as me though. So if you was on LFG, who would your trainer be?
Oh, no doubt, Undertaker. Not
Undertaker.
even a thought, bro. Like you gotta think, so many different mantras. Now, if you look at the perspective of those trainees who would fit my mold, obviously it's gotta be Booker T. Charismatic, you know, star stud. Like you're more about the finesse. It's not about the move set, whatever. It's based off of the look, the presentation. But man, when you go with Taker will bring out that dark character out of you, bring that different outlet out of you. You can bring a guy that just constantly smiles to
Hmm.
make a character out of him. Look at the Holyfield guy. Holyfield, in my opinion, is probably one of the best ones out on the show right now
Yeah, yeah.
because he has that dynamic. Okay, yeah, he's this big muscle guy, but you look at him and you could just tell the changes that he's done already in that little bit of a season. Dude's already had 2 matches and he hasn't had a bad match yet on
Nah,
the
he
on
haven't.
the show yet. So on the
Yeah.
show,
Yeah. Christy, what's going on? Brandon, what's going on? Christy says she's gonna definitely choose the Undertaker, pick his brain. To me personally, though, I mean, like, just I don't know, man. I'm gonna put Booker T though for some reason. I
Booker
would
T,
love
knocking
to
that.
pick the Undertaker. I would love to pick.
I
I would
got
love to pick
tons of
Mickey
guys that
James.
work on. I got a ton of guys
Mickey
that work on
is
reality of wrestling, and man,
it's
Booker's
Trish
everywhere.
and then Mickey James. So
Oh yeah,
like, and I'm on that. I would have loved to be, Mickey James and Undertaker. Come on, like
Mickey is a
veteran.
great psychologist
Yes,
in
yes,
wrestling.
really, really, really great. Like,
Nobody gives that woman a lot of credit of how much knowledge that she knows in that ring. Like
yeah,
she got, if you look at all the people on that group, that panel, obviously, I honestly, the most shocking thing is Bubba Ray is the most creative one
yeah,
because
he is.
Bubba has got
He
that
might come off a
promoter
little tough, but
mentality. He
yeah,
comes
he
off
is.
he comes off like that Simon. He's like the Simon Cowell of that group. Like, I'm not gonna shake your hand, you're gonna earn it, whatever. Like that, he's that strict old school type scenario.
Mm,
Taker is gonna be the one that's the wisdom, the one that's been there forever and stuck with WWE. Bully
right.
been everywhere. Mickey James, been everywhere, been the top woman of her business for so long. Then you got Booker T. Booker T is still running promotions, still
Exactly.
on the independents.
Booker T
Bubba Ray
right
is
now.
also doing that as well.
Yeah,
Bubba
he
Ray is
is.
actually having
But
one as well.
but you're right though. But Booker T, in my opinion, though, has the most active wrestlers. You
Yeah.
know, that's like doing their thing right now in the ring. You got Roxanne who's doing their thing. You got a couple of people. So I mean, I don't know. I just like Booker T. You know, personality, especially now that he's on the ring announcer doing everything else like that. So I think it's definitely dope. But Christy said Richie said exactly what you just said. Well, a little bit half what Austin Theory needs to turn on Grayson Waller. I definitely
I love
agree.
their tag team. I just wish they get a little bit more out of
They've
it.
been hinting that they're gonna turn on each other for forever though, and it seemed like they haven't though. And I don't know if a lot of us seen that, but I don't know a lot
I
of.
think they're worried that one of them will just get lost.
Mm,
And I hate to say it, which if they really could do something with Theory, man, Theory can be an awesome baby face. Like
mm,
if you look at him,
yeah.
Grayson Waller is not a baby face. We
Mm,
could clearly look at Grayson Waller and go, yeah, keep him
yeah.
bad guy, whatever. Like let them feud, whatever, but make it make sense. Like them two as a tag team, I love it. Just we
Yeah.
need more of them. We need more on that elevation. Put the tag titles on them or something. Like get them to be controlled, make them in that perspective or something. But let it dial in. Like make it make sense when they do split or whatever. I think if this only makes sense, Austin Theory could get a refresh button if he is this third member because
Man.
this could be a whole different thing. Because if we don't remember, what
Who
was
could?
Seth Rollins' group when he called himself the Monday Night Messiah?
Yeah.
Austin Theory was in his group.
Yeah, but I'm feeling like this group is going to be called something about like the Vision or something like that because he
Mhm.
kept mentioning that on Monday Night Raw though. So who could benefit out of this the most? You know,
Oh,
like obviously you got Braun Breaker.
Breaker.
You know who else you feel like would be either equal on that level of Braun Breaker or maybe just coming up that could actually use it. You know, I said Jay, he's the world heavyweight champion. Drew McIntyre would be great. Obviously, you said he was
Dude,
saving him for the.
Drew doesn't need to be on a faction, if that makes
Drew
sense.
doesn't. Okay,
Drew
okay,
doesn't need
okay.
to be in a faction
I
right
I
now.
was saying Kevin Owens, but obviously Kevin Owens is injured as well. Man, I don't know. I don't know who
What
this
about
third
Sheamus?
Sheamus.
But it
Hmm,
wouldn't fit that mold.
I
It
don't
depends
know.
on what they're trying to present with this group. If you're wearing tuxes, stand up, and stuff like that, I mean, Sheamus is a badass.
I think this is going to be the new evolution,
Yeah.
or at least some word of it though. Like it just gives me that. Like Seth Rollins
I
is Triple
mean,
H.
Gunther could fit it, but
It's real.
Gunther doesn't need it.
Yeah, Gunther doesn't need it though. But we're gonna get back onto the third
What about
member.
Kaiser?
Let huh?
Kaiser. Kaiser could fit a
Man, I
Kaiser
just
could
seen
fit it.
something. I just seen
Bro,
something with Kaiser. Man, he
I say it numerous times. Kaiser looks like a damn 007 villain.
yes he does.
Completely. So he could fit that. He could
Yeah,
fit that part.
Yeah, Kaiser is a beast, man. And I see him and stuff, and I'm like, yo, man, this guy is going all the way to the top. But who else you just said? You said Kaiser. My little man keep calling my name, throwing me off and shit.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
I
Kaiser.
said Gunther, but Gunther
Oh,
don't
Gunther.
need it.
Yeah, Gunther. What Gunther got going on right now is crazy though because we obviously really going to get Pat McAfee versus Gunther as if Gunther is not going to
I'm
kill
for
Pat
it, man.
McAfee.
I think this is going to be something good. This is the thing I like what they've been
I can
doing
see
with
him right now coming on the Pat
Gunther.
McAfee show whipping his ass. I can
Gunther
see
was
that.
finally getting some booze, and that's something that I think that was their main focus. They wanted Gunther to stop getting cheers. What was the
Mm,
best way to do it? You got him to go against Jay Uso. Now, everybody was iffy on it, whatever, but man, I'm telling you right now, they better do something big with Jimmy because Jimmy fucking created what we got at WrestleMania for Jay.
he did.
Hands down, I'm not gonna be nice about it. Jimmy did his thing to get that thing over. Like I was in it, I thought it was good, whatever, but Jimmy did his thing to get that thing over.
Yeah.
Um, I I don't know, man.
Mhm.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, if you
definitely.
look at it, some old Paul Heyman guys too, like who also could fit that standpoint. Now, I would say Carrion, but Carrion doesn't need to be part of
Yeah,
the group.
I said that too, man. That promo that he came out with, what was it, the
That's
Raw after
another thing when
WrestleMania?
I'm. That's another thing when I'm telling you. When we talk about working the gimmick, bro. I think that was exactly that perspective. If he was legit shooting a promo that was off the edge, calling Triple H out, whatever, don't you think WWE would have pulled that damn video?
Uh, I don't know.
If they were really trying to put a negative effect to the product,
I
especially TKO in a standpoint.
yeah. I don't really think so. I don't really think he really said too much negative about what he. What I think at the end he said, "Go fuck yourself." You know. Well, no, he said that to whoever was in the truck, basically. You know. I mean, but
Basically
he
saying to Triple
yeah,
H.
like I mean, he said what he said. I like what he said too. Like even the Miz said a similar thing to what he said. It was like, "Yo, man, y'all needed someone to face Randy Orton, and y'all went to go get Joe Hendry though." Like my man Kerry Cross. Oh, and then when he got eliminated from the Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on that Friday, it was lackluster after that because everybody that was in it was a tag team, and it was only like 5 people that was in it was single stars. So automatically, I'm saying Kerry Cross. Kieran Cross. Now shout out to Carmelo. He my guy. I love Carmelo. The fact that he got a daggone chain with Andre the Giant head on it is wild to me though. But shout out to Carmelo. He won it though, and that's cool. I think Carmelo and the Miz are going to have something really cool because you work with the Miz, you definitely going to go up. So that's dope. And speaking of the Miz, we got Aleister Black back, man. So how you feel about that, man? And it's crazy. We got a lot
I
of
wasn't
hey, we got a
really
lot of
behind him. I wasn't
we,
really behind him, but I think, bro, we need more heels.
yeah.
And I think Aleister Black will be that in between, I think, whatever. I mean, I never really understood Aleister Black. I know he has some kicks, whatever,
Oh, no doubt.
but I will say like it's gonna be good, especially him working Miz. I think that's where we're gonna really get to see what he brings to the table.
Right,
So
right.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah, and I think it's I don't think it's ironic though, but boy, like
And
AEW,
people,
man.
Miz ain't jobbing nobody out. Miz is doing his phenomenal work that he's done since the beginning.
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely. Like
leave all
Miz
that
is
jobbing language out.
yeah, Miz is awesome. I don't get you now. You got to be mature enough now, like to say he's awesome because of course in the beginning he was real irritating. But I was saying that man, like we got a plethora of AEW talent who just left AEW that's here in WWE now. Like that's back. Even though they was here first, went over to AEW, but they back. Rusev, first time in Penta, Ray Phoenix, Jay Cargill, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. I mean, like Ethan Page. Like it just goes on and on and on though. Like I just
And they are all doing something.
I think it's
That is
awesome
the
though. Ricky
funny part
States.
about that. They are all doing something. It's not that they're getting buried. It's none of that. They are making themselves a product. They're
Mm-hmm.
making them a brand. Look what they're doing with Penta. Look what they're doing with Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix was on WrestleMania without being announced. I think
I,
they're
well,
doing
yeah, he
crazy
wasn't
things with
announced.
that.
Yeah,
But what I'm
they,
saying is like you didn't think Ray Phoenix would have got a WrestleMania match that
nah, nah,
quick.
nah, 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 not at all.
And
Not at
I've
all,
never
man.
been behind the Lucha Bros. I will say some things they still need to slow
I did
down on.
I liked them as a tag team. It was cool. They was all right. They just moved a little
They
fast
do
though.
way too damn much. They do
Too many
way too
Canadian
damn much.
destroyers for you.
Oh my god. Oh my lord.
Oh man.
There's only so many flips you could do.
Speaking of the luchadors and everything like that, how you feel about WWE partnering and with AAA now? You got WWE, AAA, NXT. Not even to mention TNA. I mean, yeah, TNA, which we're gonna get into in just a bit though. But yeah, man, I think it's
Triple
amazing.
A signed with WWE. Never thought you would hear that. Never.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think this is the thing too now is AAA did their thing with AEW, didn't like what they got. This right now, they're going to have a network. They're going to have different visuals, look at certain things. Chrissy, I don't think so. Let them stick as the singles competitors. Let them do their things. Penta right now is doing phenomenal work by himself. Ray Phoenix is still getting there, playing
I
around with it,
said that
whatever.
too. I said that too, Christy. Though I mean, you ain't the only one though.
Make it make
But
sense though,
I mean,
because
yeah,
you got to also think
but
WWE audience doesn't know the Lucha Bros.
I mean,
Be
yeah,
real.
yeah. If you are just only WWE, yeah, you don't know nothing about them
If
though.
you're in
You know,
that building, Dre, we've been in there. How many times? How many times has someone just sat there and looked at these AEW guys because we're assuming, oh, they've been there before. Oh, they should know me type scenario. The craziest thing when we saw Joe Hendry debut at WrestleMania, that was one of the big pops of that night because it was a shock. Nobody would have predicted that Joe Hendry was going to face Randy Orton. Everyone
yeah,
thought Nick Aldis or something in that line. Nobody thought Joe Hendry. And that just showed that there was a bigger audience that focused on Joe Hendry because of his music.
yeah,
Be real. You
yeah.
ain't watching him because of his talent. You're looking at him because he's energetic and he's entertaining, and his shit has been trending worldwide.
Right,
Like he had a
right.
network to his name. Now, the
Mm.
Lucha Bros, if you're a hardcore wrestling fan, yeah, you're going to know who those are. But other than that,
Yeah,
this
you don't know who
guy
they
who
are.
dresses like this, paint, and that
Yeah,
Cero Miedo bullshit that he does every fucking second drives me
don't
nuts.
be like that.
No, man. I can't. I get it.
They,
Cero Miedo, like, bro, you can't tell me the entire match. Every time you react to something, you got to sit there and flip your fingers. Like, does that mean you're
eh.
charging up? Like, what are you doing?
No, he didn't say he's charging up though.
Bro, I
Yo,
sound
but
like
you can
I'm
tell.
watching Captain Planet and getting charged up. Oh, recycle.
Oh,
I'm Captain Planet. Hoo-yah! Like, come on, bro.
hey, get him, Warren. Hey, that's what's up, man. No,
That
but
shit
they are
that drives me nuts. I'm
they
just
they
like,
are
bro,
kind of gearing them
you
up
flip
though.
Cero
Yeah,
Miedo. Okay, cool. Do something else, please.
I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't gonna even lie to you. When he was doing that in AEW, I was like, I
That's
had to catch
cool.
on.
I
I
get
was
it.
like, what the
You
hell?
want a little
I,
shtick, whatever, but like, come on, man.
yeah, but you can tell they're
You're
gearing
good.
them up
You're good.
to eventually become a tag team because it's like when Penta like does something, or he's in a match or whatever, and someone always say, "Oh, you're," I think who was it? I think it was Chad Gable or something like that, and was like, "Oh, your stupid brother" or something. I don't know what it was though, but yeah, they're
Bro,
gonna
that shit
eventually
was
become a
so
tag
funny.
team, and yeah, they're gonna kill it though. Yeah, I
I
believe
will
in Joe
say
Hendry
this.
too.
Not saying it was me, but man, what if it
I
was?
believe
Your
in
boy
Joe
got a
Hendry.
WrestleMania win, baby. I beat Ray Phoenix. How y'all feel about that?
Oh, wrong one, wrong one. Ray Phoenix. You beat Ray
The
Phoenix.
greatest luchador alive.
El
The
Grande
greatest
Americano.
El Grande Americano. I got my special on Starbucks. I have made it big. I
Oh
made it
man,
big.
I was it like getting your first WrestleMania match, man. I
I'm
think
just
it's your
glad Ray
first.
didn't do that Stieto Miedo bullshit the whole time. I was okay. I had to knock him down. Knock him down. Well,
Ah
knock him
man.
down.
Hey, we
Got him
gonna we
doing
gonna
all them
definitely.
damn flips.
I don't believe it's Chad Gable though. I don't
I
believe it's
don't.
him at
I
all.
don't. I'm not saying it was. I ain't saying it is.
Hey, I don't think it is though. But we gonna definitely find out. Christy, yes, I do believe in Joe Hendry. And speaking of Joe Hendry, obviously, you
Bro, he
mentioned
had
how
a
he
good
got
match
the.
with Randy. He had a good
Yeah,
match with Randy.
I expected it to be a little longer though, because actually my little man was
You
doing
weren't
something.
going to
I turned
expect it
around.
long. I think if we were to be real, because it was a last minute
Maybe
plant.
because what I was doing, I guess so. Because I was like, I'm gonna stop or whatever, and I turned back around. RKO,
I
he
mean,
RKO'd his ass out of nowhere.
Joe dominated that match. Like they really, I was shocked how much Randy let Joe Hendry have in that match
Oh
because I think
yeah.
that's what they were waiting on. If it wasn't a big nostalgia pop factor or whatever, Randy was just gonna squash him. Just been done.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
seeing that the fans were reacting, you could tell organically how Randy was looking at the crowd. He's like, oh shit, they really know who this guy is. Like,
Yeah.
they're dancing to it. Everyone's shocked, excited. So they're like, oh, okay, let's let him have some stuff. And I mean, Joe didn't job out to nobody. Joe looked strong, regardless of what happened. And I think Randy just did what Randy does.
Yeah,
Even
he did.
though we were waiting for the punt kick, you weren't going to do it to Joe Hendry.
Yeah, yeah.
You
We
weren't
was
going to do it to him.
yeah, we was all waiting for that. At of course, when he took on Kevin Owens, Kevin Owens did the package power driver, and we all knew that that punt kick was definitely gonna come up though. But yeah, we got Joe Hendry instead, and Joe Hendry been doing his thing. He's the TNA World Champion right now, and then he's actually kind of just getting into
Bro,
a program with Trick Williams.
the
Joe Hendry.
network for TNA that he's doing now is unheard of.
Joe's doing the thing right now, man. This past weekend they had TNA Rebellion. Joe Hendry defended the title triple threat against Ethan Page and Frankie Kazarian. And
You might
following that,
actually see Cena face Joe Hendry before
hey,
this tour is over
I wouldn't be.
because WWE and TNA are collabed.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened though. I wouldn't be. But Trick Williams showed up at TNA
I'm
Rebellion
not
after Joe
feeling Trick.
Hendry.
I'm
You,
not
you
feeling
ain't feeling
Trick.
them? You know what? The crazy thing is, I'm feeling them now because he a hero though. I'm feeling him a little bit now because he's playing this little hero persona and he's going up against guys that you actually like. Like I like Oprah Femi. I like other guys like Ethan Page or whatever like that, and
It's
Joe
not the
Hendry.
typical Trick that we're looking at. It's like
Yeah,
literally a
but you gotta
different
realize
dynamic.
that when he just came out, he was fresh after Carmelo Hayes left him. He was whooped
Mhm.
that trick. He was basic as shit. All he had was Booker T singing his theme song. That was it, really. Yeah, go. That was all Trick really had. And now that Trick's went through the phases, lost the NXT
He's gotta get a new
championship.
finisher. That finisher is
Yeah. But ever since
ugh.
certain shit changes, I feel like Trick is alright though. I don't think it been going on for a minute, and I always say since they are in Florida, it's the same crowd. They do tour out every now and then. Will that sustain every week? That whole whip that trick. It may. You got people singing Randy Orton theme song every time he come out. Seth Rollins. So who knows though? But Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, I'm definitely liking the whole NXT back and forth thing with
He
NXT
showed up on the pay
TNA.
per view, didn't he?
Yeah. At the end of Rebellion, after retaining his championship, he showed up and attacked Joe Hendry. And of course, Joe Hendry was on NXT this past Wednesday, doing a back and forth thing and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, like how you feel about this Joe Hendry and TNA and everything that's going on right now?
It's long
Because
overdue,
I
and
thought
I
they was going
think
to add with the
TNA is
Bros
finally
Collide.
getting.
I hope
Yeah,
they add TNA to that.
no. What if they open? They do AAA, TNA, and NXT.
That's
I
what I'm
think
saying. They
that would
didn't.
be
Yeah,
phenomenal.
when they announced it at WrestleMania Sunday, they just said
They
it's going
did
to be
say
AAA.
AAA and NXT.
And
They already said
yeah,
that
they
they're
didn't.
gonna
Yeah,
be.
they didn't say TNA, and I thought TNA with addition to that would be amazing. So I think that would be phenomenal, man. Joe Hendry and you got NXT superstars and Stephanie Vaquer and what they doing, and then you do the AAA. What was his name?
She
Viker,
is hurt.
Viker. You know what I'm talking about? Viker or whatever. They introduced him on the pre-show too. He did a couple of matches in AEW as well. But he go by Viker or something like that. If anybody know what I'm talking about in the comments, just say that
I
though.
didn't get
He
to
haven't
watch it.
wrestled on television yet though, but they Triple H announced them on the kickoff show, and you immediately if you haven't.
Oh, you're talking about the luchador guy.
Yeah, the
Okay.
luchador guy, yeah, and do them flips
He
and everything,
wrestled.
and
Yeah, he
he
wrestled a
vicious.
couple times on AEW.
Yes,
That's
he
the
did,
one that
yeah.
does like six
Yeah,
six
yeah,
flips in
yeah,
one. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. He went viral one time where ESPN put him on a page and it said sign this guy WWE or whatever like that. So yeah,
That's
I
right. He
don't, I don't.
faced He faced Jericho in that match.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
yeah. There we go. Yeah, so that guy right there, man. So yeah, I think he's gonna definitely be big, and the whole Triple H jump is gonna be vicious, man. Definitely gonna be vicious.
It's
Definitely.
just crazy that we're seeing WWE is not just doing WWE things anymore. They're conjoining with TNA. They're conjoining with AAA. Bro, I still cannot believe we have a WWE ID program. Like that is still the biggest shock for me. I wanted to do say this right now. I know it just got posted on social media. Shout out to my boy Sean Legacy. He's gonna debut in a big battle royal for NXT. I think that is gonna be freaking insane. It's this is what those WWE ID programs are doing. Yeah, they're showing on Evolve. They're doing things on there, and I
Yeah.
love that people are actually doing what we're doing right here, talking about Evolve. We've never seen that happen for that promotion, and I'm so
Hmm.
happy
They
that
got
it's
some.
finally happening.
They got some
Bro,
really
they've
good
had some of
talents.
the best talents that came out of there. Austin Theory was a big name that was in that one. I mean, Seth Rollins came out of there. I mean, Becky came out of there. Like there was a lot of names that came off of Evolve that nobody would have thought would have came from. So I just love the fact that the growth is not just WWE. Like they're looking at is you're signing with us, we're going to build y'all. And
Yeah.
that's something that's never been heard of. If
Yeah.
Vince did it, you would have got what we got with the alliance.
Nah, Evolve is definitely dope, man.
I
On
ain't
Tubi.
being that type
Uh,
of person when talking about the Vince part, but we know damn well it wouldn't go as well as it's going right now.
yeah, yeah. I
Especially
definitely
not
be.
TNA.
Uh-huh. They got some good talent on there. I've been keeping my eye out on though. So yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff going on. Evolve, Raw, NXT, TNA, all of it, man. Definitely all of it. All right, before we get into the short watch along real fast though, which is going to be cool. I'm kind of interested in this though. Yo, we had a fantastic matchup on Friday Night SmackDown last Friday though, which I was a little upset last Friday or the Friday before last that I was like, yo, why this is not on WrestleMania, man? Like, I mean, WrestleMania
Oh, the
screams ladder
TLC.
matches. WrestleMania screams TLC matches. Like, come on, man. Like, the Raw Tag Team, or at least the World Tag Team titles was on the WrestleMania, and the New Day defeating the War Raiders. That was great. And then that nigga all just said, yo, we're going to have a TLC match, and it's going to take place next Friday. What the hell? But hey, it took place, and it was insane, man. Insane TLC match. Yo, shout out to Angelo Dawkins for doing this spear off the top of the ladder. Real fast. Yeah, I'm gonna
Shout
finish
out
that
to
thought. Shout out
Champa
to
for
Angelo.
taking that.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of Tommaso Champ, I'm mad I don't have a graphic here, and I kept saying this the whole entire watch along, at least during that match though. Man, Tommaso Ciampa looked at like he cut the beard. My man looked at like Eric Young a little bit though from TNA. You know, I was like, yo, man, I just
Yes.
kept poking, I
I'm
just kept
glad
going
you
at him.
said that because I was just like, why did he shave?
Yeah, I was like,
Shit.
yo,
Oh
what is
man.
going on, Tommaso Ciampa, man? I was like, yo, that beard is gone. But yo, man, it was definitely a crazy match. Chrissy said, I've been very impressed by Involve. Yeah,
Yeah,
Evolve
Evolve,
is
and a
definitely.
lot of people don't realize how long Evolve has been around. Like I was a part of Evolve. I mean, a lot of independent talents were from there. It's just really cool to see an adaptation and the growth of something like that. So
Yeah,
I'm glad you like that, Christy. I think
yeah,
they come
that's
on Thursdays or Wednesdays.
Wednesdays. Wednesdays at eight
Wednesday.
o'clock. So they going up against AEW, at least for the first hour or whatnot. So yeah, I definitely will be checking it out, man.
Especially WWE collabing with NWA as well, bro. Natty's facing Kenzie Page in
Mm,
the freaking tournament that is star studded.
yeah.
The NWA tournament that everybody's been talking about for years and years. You're finally getting to see Natty doing it. I think that's going to be really awesome. But yeah, man, that TLC match, phenomenal. I think everybody that was in there, yes, I agree, they should have been on WrestleMania. Probably night two. I think night two would have been the
Well,
best one for
definitely.
them.
Yeah, most
But
definitely.
I'm glad that they got this moment, and it was even cool that was this was the main event. Like how many times has Gargano and Champa, the Street Profits, or the Motor City Machine Guns be the main event?
Mm,
So I think
yeah,
that was their own little standpoint, and they proved like, hey man, next year don't look past us. We want to be
Exactly.
on Mania, and I think they
Exactly.
earned it.
No, no doubt. They definitely earned it. I feel like SmackDown got a better tag team division than Monday Night Raw. It's like Monday Night Raw just got the New Day, the War Raiders, and
They're the only prediction that I missed on WrestleMania.
oh yeah, you got
There
everything
was
else right.
two predictions. There was two predictions that I messed up on. Obviously, the Cody Rhodes one, but I thought New Day was gonna lose because I thought Big E was gonna get involved.
yeah, yeah.
I
I think a lot
really
of us did
thought
too.
War Raiders was gonna win that one, but everything else I was right. So
Yeah,
I mean, I get
yeah.
a little bitter with that one. I'm glad New Day won.
Hmm.
It's cool to see a refresh with them. Like it's a very organic way that they're a heel, but it's like, damn, this was that moment Big E could have been in there and done something. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, it was
but I
dope.
think New Day is actually bringing some life into Raw because Raw's got nothing but babyface tag teams. If we want to be real, SmackDown's the more creative tag teams, and I think they do more of a focus with that tag teams on SmackDown than what they do
Yeah,
on Raw right
and,
now.
and one thing before we wrap, we go to the one thing about the SmackDown tag teams though, every tag team has something to do with each other though, and I
Yes,
love that. You know, whether it was DIY, Most
Raw's
City
put
Machine
together.
Guns, Motor City Machine Guns, or the Street Profits, or DIY, like they all got something, and connected by. So yeah, they all three definitely stood out. All right, you guys. On this episode, Commission Talk, man. Before we wrap it up here, we gonna do a little short watch along, man. My man, Warren Marlowe suggested, man, we do a watch along, man, and we're going to. Actually, you know what?
You
I'm gonna
are
hand
the
it off.
walk along master, so I
I'm
thought we should do something.
okay. That's cool. That's cool. Actually, I'm gonna hand this off to you, man.
We'll put that title, the
actually
Watch Along Master.
the watch
The
along
Watch
master.
Along 30. The Watch Along 30 now. That's what it's gonna be.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right,
But
I'm gonna hand this. I'm gonna hand it off to you and let everybody know what we watched. I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen and
all right.
everything. And
So if
we
everybody
going
knows my past, I was a pro wrestler. I've been a professional wrestler in the independents for 10 years. I just recently hanged my boots and stuff like that. This match was just posted not even a week ago, and it really did really good numbers. This was my first time back in Baker County in a year. It was a trunk or treat bash, so it was like a trick or treat thing, and a wrestling show. This match right here is real special to me because we didn't know we were facing each other that night. Nothing was planned. We had fun. We just felt what the crowd did with this. As you can see, that big old blared light right here. You'll see my character. My eyes are covered. That damn thing is what I was facing the entire match. But yeah, man, this was a match I really still feel very proud of. This is a match between me and a good friend and a great professional wrestler trained by John Davis, Carson Case. So hope y'all enjoy it.
All right, man. We're gonna get into it, man.
I see you, pumpkin shirt. Wave.
Fast forward a little bit.
Is everybody having a good time tonight?
Guys, we do not own rights to the song.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you want me to skip the entrance and everything?
For coming out.
I mean, you can watch the entrance, but
we've got
it's
a couple more
gonna
matches
show
for you.
his
Let's get
entrance
the next
and then
one
it's gonna show
started.
mine.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
You might want to see mine. Mine's pretty fun.
Introducing first.
All right, just we don't know copyrights and everything like this, so YouTube. All right, let's get into it.
Case. And his opponent, representing the USA, he is the Captain America of professional wrestling, the American Prodigy.
Only thing I'm excited about is that I got to go through that pyro. I think I'm like, right. Also, the story is when I sold my back, this was my second match that night. I did 2 matches that day.
Okay.
They died off.
So, are you done? USA. USA.
Now it's very nice to do this match because the fans were actually upset because the trunk or treat happened exactly when we came out for the first match, and a lot of people were upset because they heard that me and him were on the card earlier, so they asked us to do another match together.
Okay.
So Word of Ice Promotions, if you do a trunk or treat and a wrestling show, make sure you do the planning trunk or treat first, then the wrestling show.
Okay. Oh, both men went down.
That's because that light was in my face.
Okay. I thought it was just gonna be a shoulder tackle.
I'm telling you, man, you watch this, you're going to literally see this light, but I will fight in this light the entire match. You can clearly tell where the crowd is going with this.
Now, for the people who may not know right now, you did once again. For everybody who's joining in, who's this guy right here that you're taking on right now?
The Barn Burner Carson Case. He's been a professional wrestler for about 10 years. Formerly trained by a very special competitor named John Davis. He took time off and stuff like that, and now that he's back in the ring and stuff, this was the very first time we've ever encountered facing each other. And this was something that was built up for at least 3 years for me and him to actually go one-on-one. And who would have thought we would have done it on a show after we both already did a match, and then we'll put one together. So,
Okay.
This is what we got. This is the one and only. You got my neck.
The way that fan was chanting though.
Oh, bro.
Oh man, the baby face is getting beat up right now. Oh no! What's that about, man? He covered you just for 1 foot?
If you clapped and ran your mouth
Uh-oh.
as much as you run, I'd like you a lot better, fat boy.
Okay. All right.
I'm sitting
Okay,
there.
Carson.
I had to lay frontwards because I'm sitting there laughing from what he just said.
I would have cracked up laughing. Oh, we got a roll up here. Oh, okay.
That damn light, man, it's in my face. They messed up. They put the big that spotlight right there on this corner and right on that side. Like every single time I went for an angle, the light just kept following me. It felt like I was just like a shadow.
I know you had the, they had a earful, you gave them an earful after that, man, having that light in your face, man. That's unprofessional.
I was just like, we see it. It plays off well because you wouldn't know unless I told you what's going on. But that light was literally a factor in this match. I couldn't see a lick of anything when I stood up every time.
Gotta get to the ropes, American Prodigy.
Gotta get the crowd right.
Oh!
That hurt, actually.
And went back to the hole, too.
This is what we talk about, timing and get the crowd elevated to get that moment. There it is, right there. Now,
about to make a huge comeback, right?
Might be the cutoff. Yep.
The sale. It was the sale for me. Oh, he got his foot on the ropes, ref. You can't keep doing that. Oh man, it was the sale for me, man. Oh,
I knew
boy.
you were getting a kick out of it. Everybody told me, it was like, dude, that was perfect.
The way you just went to that corner was like, oh, all right, lights out. Going for a cover.
You see how that cell makes it work for that expression for the audience to look at and go, oh shit, like,
dude, you cracking me up here. You cracking me up here, not with the one leg up after you kick out though. Like, yes, I'm barely still alive.
Yep.
I love it.
I like when I tell people, when I give my opinion, like how to really product yourself to get you to look strong and stuff like that. I'm speaking on based off of experiences that I've done because I've had numerous people tell me these things. And this right here, you got two veterans in this match that literally I'm fighting a damn spotlight. But you wouldn't know that unless I'm telling you right now.
Gotcha.
Right there. Sonic boom!
Oh. 1, 2.
Best thing about wearing a mask, you can't tell when I'm calling spots. This right here hurts. Get them all hyped up, and then get that. And die down real quick, right off there. Then it gets up higher.
Oh, hit him with the code breaker. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
I want you to play the very end of it because this part right here is the main symbol of reason why I'm happy with everything that I've accomplished.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time so we can hear you.
This moment right here is going to be something I can cherish completely. I know everybody wanted a clip of the match or something, but I posted a particular clip. It's me standing out in the ring and holding my daughter. That
Okay.
was the proudest moment that I could have because Annabelle's only heard of me being a wrestler. And to get
Right.
to see that moment, this was my main reason for this comeback as well, for her to get to witness this. This part right here is what's going to be the best thing that cherished me right here. Like that makes that proud moment. Like she was the big star that night, just when I held her up like that.
Awesome, man.
Like that was the best moment for me on this. And I try not to tear up when I watch that part because that's why American Project came back. That's the only reason why is I wanted my daughter to get that experience of what I got to do with my son. And I want to thank my fam for letting me do this again. I mean, it's hassling for everyone, especially weekends. I wasn't home, not here. I'm wrestling, doing all these damn things. So I'm very proud of what we did. And 10 years, man. And that's the end of the American Project.
Hey, man, that's what's up. That's awesome, man. Really, really dope. And yeah, man, like I'm getting emotional just just from that you could tell, man, that feeling, man, just having a little one. We talk about being a dad all the time and just winning the match and having to lift her up in your arms after that, and her seeing you do is definitely wonderful, man. And you kick ass, man, really kick ass, man. Carson, I don't know if you want any more of the American Prodigy, man, so
Oh, he's
watch out.
wanting more, but he ain't getting it. We
Hey,
done.
awesome stuff, man.
I
Awesome stuff.
debuted at Mania. I'm done. I'm
You
done.
wrap it up, man. Hey, that's what's up.
El Americano. It's not me no more. I'm done. I
I
retire.
love it. I love it. I love it, man. Yo, man, this been Commission Talk, man. One dope ass episode, man. We've been gone last week. We back at it. We're gonna be back at it next Wednesday or next week on Buzzing with Marlo. Appreciate everyone tuning in, everyone in the chat. Eric, Christy, my guy, everyone, man. Thank you guys a lot. If you're new, if you haven't done so already, definitely make sure you subscribe to Buzzing with Marlo and right here to the 1130 podcast YouTube channel, man. You got Mr. and Mrs. Marlo, right, man? I've been loving the clips.
Man.
You got that going on and everything, man.
Oh.
Tell everyone when they can catch a new episode and all that
We
great
will
stuff
have
we
our
got.
new episode this Sunday. This is something that I want to make a promise to everybody, man. We are not doing an episode every weekend. Obviously, we had Easter, we had WrestleMania going on. There was a lot of just rambunctious things going on at that time. But episode 3 will be this Sunday. My wife has been enjoying these things, having a blast doing them. We talked a lot about wrestling last episode. I think that was a shocker for everybody. Like, get to hear a perspective from a wife when it comes to this wrestling stuff. It was a really dope episode. We talk about marriage things. We talk about different things. It's real fun, man. And we basically started doing this just so we spend time together. So this was really a fun thing, man, bro. We hit over 2,000 something views on the short that we just did. Actually, the other one, I just got an update. We had 75,000 on one particular short, and that was about the surprise birthday thing. I guess that's the big one that everybody likes to watch. But yeah, man, it's been fun. If you want to hear a husband's perspective and a wife's perspective, come and join. And
That's
Annabelle
what's up.
pops in whenever she wants to. So yeah.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Definitely make sure you guys check out my guy Warren Marlowe, and definitely make sure you subscribe, man. So this Sunday, right? This Sunday.
Yep.
All right,
Oh,
Mr.
my bad. She won't want me to do it. There you go.
All right. Yeet. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, man, here over here, the 1130 podcast, man. The podcast show, man, is coming back soon, man. I'm doing some revamping, trying to, get some guests, some, not just the standard guests, and just want to do,
We gotta get a video
little,
game one with you and me.
yeah, man. I know. I definitely got to figure out how freaking hook this up so we can
Maybe
so
we
I can
can do
start
it on
streaming and
mine.
playing games
We'll
or
do it
something.
on mine. Maybe we'll do like a little special clip on commission where me and you play on the Xbox or whatever. Something
Yeah.
like that. It'd be fun.
And then and over here, man, I've been doing a whole lot of, just thinking.
You always on.
Yeah, man. I'm doing a whole lot of, thinking, man, of just, new shows or whatever. I might gonna have this new show coming up. Yeah, I'm not too sure. More so when I'm reacting to, videos or whatnot. But Beyond 1130 season 4, we just wrapped up that Talk Pro Wrestling, man. Here this week on Commission Talk, and of course, like I said, the podcast show. We'll be back soon, man. We'll be back at it actually Friday night here on the show, watching Friday Night SmackDown and doing the damn thing, man. As always, appreciate everyone definitely vibing with us, tuning in, and I hope you had a wonderful Wednesday. For myself, Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, and my guy Warren Marlowe, the host of Buzzing with Marlowe. Yo, stay safe, stay blessed, give all the glory to God, man. Won't he do it? Yo, tell a friend, tell a friend. Until next time, man. We out, man. Peace. Appreciate it, my guy.
Bye.